Hi, I'm Adam Mattis with Sterling Machinery Exchange. Today we're here at SuperTech in Paramount, California. We're going to go over a few different machines that they have in stock. We want to show you some of their amazing inventory. They have some really high quality CNC, NC, and manual machines, such as grinders, surface grinders, cylindrical grinders, all types of different grinders available here. They're really a very high quality house. This is a 16 by 32 NC. This is a surface grinder, fully automatic. You're going to have your down feed, your X and your Y. Everything's going to be running on that machine. It doesn't necessarily save as a CNC program to write programs for you, but you can program into it with your NC and repeat your jobs and make it a very simple run. Another nice, really heavy duty machine here. This is the 50C NC. It's a CNC controller, Mitsubishi Electric. This is a cylindrical grinder. We'll take a look here. You can see everything comes here from Taiwan. They unwrap these guys, make sure everything is fully functional, everything's ready to go, everything is up to their standards exactly as the machines were ordered. Everything's checked out and ran. That way you know you get a good machine. Coolant system, magnetic coolant system. They have a lot of machines in here in stock, a lot of different types of machines, different grinders depending on your applications. Again, the 1632. You'd have a large magnetic chuck right there, incremental down feed, everything run through this Delta controller. SuperTech's been around since 1997. Great company, great service. You'll see later in this video there's a huge parts available here in California. Always important with a supplier to make sure that they have service and supports for us. Here's a centerless grinder. Meaning you could run like a bolt right through the center there. It'll grind it all the way around it. Another Delta controller. Nice compact unit, very similar to the old Cincinnati's. Brand new, guaranteed, ready to run, ready to make you some money. Now you saw the CNC grinder. Here is a cylindrical NC grinder. This is a G38P, the 100 NC. Here's your controller. Simple, easy to use, Mitsubishi. Motorized tailstock. Coolant system. Take a look at the ways. Take a look at how everything's built. Frames, castings. We make sure when we use a supplier that we've been selling them for a very long time. We've had no issues with their machinery. Of course, with used machinery, we repair everything. So we've learned along the way best machines and best suppliers to work with. Here's a fully enclosed CNC grinder. They have a few of these in stock. Take a little peek inside here. Again, similar system, cylindrical grinder, tailstock. That's a CNC controller. Here you can see a 618 surface grinder. They carry all different sizes here. Here's one of the largest ones, only one of. Can you guess the size of this? 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 foot, 36 inch. That is a big, big surface grinder. There's two pieces to it. Let's check out the other piece. Here's the second half of the machine. The head and the body had to be split into two. That way they can fit into containers, ship easily on the road. Once they get into the facility, they'll put everything together and you'll have one of the largest surface grinders around. 24 by 60 surface grinder. So SuperTech was kind enough to set up a couple machines for us. As you saw some of the other machines at their other facility, we moved over to one of their other showrooms. They have two showrooms with a lot of really nice equipment here. This particular CNC grinder is an ID/OD CNC grinder, and I have a great person to help us, give us all the information on it. This is Marco from SuperTech.
Hello, I'm a CNC service tech and an application supervisor for SuperTech Machinery in the United States.
So he knows his stuff. He's just going to show us some of the options that they have on this machine. There's a lot of things you can do with it, a lot of applications depending on your needs. It's CNC, so you can save it, repeat it. It should be a great machine. We're going to go ahead and run this and see how it goes. Go ahead, turn it on.
Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and just run the cycle. I have here a lateral touch probe, an ID grinding wheel, face grinding for the ID also, OD grinding wheel with an angular. It has two dresser positionings. It has multi-function grinding on the OD and ID, base grinding on ID and OD, and also it can do back grinding.
Can you show us a little bit on that controller, just
yes, of course,
kind of how everything runs?
Yes. So here we have a couple of two type of wheels that we can set up. We can set up a normal ID wheel, a cup wheel for face grinding, and even back face grinding, a tapered wheel, and profile dressing for the wheel. We also have some of those functions on the angular wheel. We have profile to make a profile on the wheel, or just regular OD and face grinding for the OD. We have multiple grind cycles. We have up to 18 program cycles that you can set in one folder, and then also you have multiple folders, 6 folders for the ID wheel and 6 folders for the OD wheel, and 16 folders that can be actually exported and imported into a SD card for the machine.
Super powerful control is Mitsubishi Electric Control.
Very easy to use, very easy to set up. The training wise, I haven't had a lot of pushback on it. The advantage of the controller is that it's very easy to use like a cell phone. You could just press the picture and go ahead and put in the data as you go along. For example, this will show you the geometries of the workpiece, and you just type in the values, you know, grinding, then you should be okay. If you don't know grinding, we go through that training process. We got incremental values, rough, medium, and fine. These are universal symbols for grinding. We got feed rates, traverse, grinding, dressing, automatic dressing, and compensation and everything on this CNC. And then, like I said, the advantage of this controller is that for all the new employees, especially young employees that normally don't get in the industry, this is really good because it's like using their phone. This is just something that they really, really like because of that reasoning. And for the old timers that understand the grinding process, it doesn't really take a lot to teach them. So I'm going to go ahead and run the cycle.
Okay.
The first thing it does is we're going to go through and do the probing. We're going to do face probing on the workpiece. Check the lateral position. If it goes over tolerance, it will give you an alarm. And in this case, since we're just running a cycle, it's going to go straight into the grinding. So here we have a regular ID grinding. and as it runs through, it'll actually show you the position, what it's currently doing. As it's like right now, it's gonna go dress. As you can see, is in cycle 2, dressing function. So that's what it's currently doing. The function on this is face dressing. Bracket goes up, goes back into the grinding, and then it tells you right now it's on program 2, fine grinding. And it walks you through, so when people ask, well, and what are you currently doing right now, that spark out, so it's finishing that cycle. After it finishes that cycle, it's gonna recenter itself and then go to the next cycle. In this case, we're doing regular ID grinding, which is basically what it's doing right now. A little bit of oscillation to make sure that you have a nice finish. Simple as that.
Now, do you guys offer training on these machines?
Yes.
Because obviously it looks pretty complicated to get started.
Well, this machine actually comes with 3 days or up to 4 days of setup and training on site with the customer. So we go in, we do the setup, do the training, 2 or 3 people. It depends on the amount of operators they have available. And then they actually do their own, we would grind their workpiece, they grind their workpiece, walk them through it. A lot of these functions on this controller are very repetitive. So once they learn to do one thing, they practically already know how to do every other thing, which is a big advantage of our controller. You know, so dressing, setup, everything is very, very common. You know, as long as they're willing to learn. And again, like I said, a lot of the controller functions is touchscreen, so it's easy for the new generation to use.
That's really
And
cool.
they really do like it.
A lot different than all the manual ones. You'd have to make one piece, so you'd have multiple machines. You'd be doing machining pretty much all day. You can make a part within minutes.
Yes. And as you can see, the workpiece has multiple faces, diameters on ID and the OD. So that's basically, you can do things like that, as complicated as this or simple parts. A lot of people use this because this is pretty universal of usage, except that it doesn't do between centers. But for chucking operations, magnetic chucks and everything like that is actually the perfect application for all your grinding.
And it does all the dressing for you, so you could just keep going, get an extra long life on your wheel, and perfect parts. Well, that's perfect. I really appreciate you showing us this machine. This is just one of the small portions of all the equipment that they carry here. Depending on what you're looking to make, we showed you a few other parts in the video of what they actually can make, some of the grinding parts that they've ground, and you could see examples to know if this is the kind of piece you need to make. We can show you a machine that's going to be able to make it and be most efficient. So, really appreciate you, Marco.
Thank you. Thank you.
It was great working with you. On to the next step. Thank you. Here's some examples of the parts that they make here, using these cylindrical grinders, CNC and NC. Surface grinders for flat surfaces. Centerless grinders for the round surfaces. I hope you enjoyed everything. I just wanted to thank SuperTech, Marco, for showing us this great machine and some of their warehouse. They have a really complex facility here. They can do some really complex parts. They seem like a great company to work with. We've been working with them for decades. We've had great people tell us how much they love everything that's come out of them. They've had great support. They set everything up and they're ready to run and make some parts. Now, if you're looking for a CNC machine, a manual machine, an NC machine, cylindrical grinders, centerless grinders, surface grinders, they have a lot of different ones in stock, and we work with a lot of different vendors. Depending on the machine that you need is going to depend on the parts and the work that you're going to be doing. So give us a call at 626-444-0311. You can check out our website at sterlingmachinery.com, but please call us for our expert advice to make sure you get the right machine for your needs. Thank you very much, and thank you very much, SuperTech.
Sterling Machinery sells all types of metalworking, fabricating, and chip making machinery such as lathes, metal shears, press brakes, punch presses, punches, grinders, milling machines, saws, plate rolls, iron workers, inspection equipment, welders, and much more. Sterling Machinery is one of the largest stocking dealers of new and used machine tools in the United States. You can view over 2,000 machine tools available for inspection on our floor or visit www.sterlingmachinery.com to view all machine specifications, photos, videos, prices, and buyer's guides for all types of equipment. If you can't find the machine you're looking for, please give us a call at 626-444-0311 and our educated staff can find the right machine for you.